I'm Jennifer Angel, and this is my weekly message. And Yogi has come up to say hello today. And you, sweetie pie. Hey, it's been a while since he's come up, so of course he's all sleepy, so we'll let him go down. Say ta-ta. Okay, so what's happening this week? There's quite a bit happening this week, um, all in Pisces and Aries. So there's some challenging aspects and some, life is full of challenging and supporting situations, and this week certainly shows that. So, uh, and I'll talk about the following week as well, the week commencing the 25th, because what starts this week is an indication that it's going to continue on and really take a couple of weeks to settle down. So, the 22nd, and I'm sure I've mentioned this in just about every star sign, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself somewhat, but I do feel like I do that on the overview messages a bit, but let's go through it. So Mars on the 22nd is conjunct with Uranus. Now, anything to do with Uranus is sudden, comes out of the blue. Mars, if it's not a soft aspect like it isn't here, can be very reactive, impulsive. So you want to be, and particularly with it in Aries, is like an impulsiveness and I want to really get things settled and get them settled quickly, which is possibly not going to be the case, as I mentioned. What starts this week could take a couple of weeks to settle down. Now, of course, it relates to a different area of life, a different solar house for each and every star sign, and that's the specifics that I mention in your specific videos for your sun sign. Okay, but with that, if we just get back to the Mars conjunct Uranus, which means that their degrees are exact, so they're right there on top of each other. It can be, you want to be wary or careful of power struggles to do with authority figures or any upsets that are likely. It's a type of thing that you can start off standing your ground or letting somebody know what you think, or the need to be independent, and all of a sudden it's like blown totally out of proportion, and then you have to deal with it then, and often you've got to go in and do some damage control. So I'm not saying that if it's something you need to do, then do it, but just be wary of it, that the drama doesn't run away and then it then gets totally out of control. But the other thing that's happening this week on the same day, I'm just going to put Puppy down because he's restless. That's happening on the same day is that these four planets that are in Aries, Sun, Venus, Mars, and Uranus, there's a trine with the moon. Now, anything to do with the moon can be a little emotional. But the trine is like a meant to be. So this says to me that it's almost like you have an opportunity to like push the restart button. And what happens this week, even though it can be confronting on some level, when everything settles down, which could take a couple of weeks, okay, it's going to fall into different places and it's going to be better off. Okay, so it's like the cycle of order and chaos. As soon as you've got a lot of chaos in your life, then sure as anything, you've got change coming up, okay? And change is what allows us to grow and evolve. And there's some sun signs that will more readily accept change, and some it's very difficult. So, so some people it's going to, well, so be it. No, not that much of a big drama. Other people are going to find it a little bit more difficult to deal with, okay? But the message I do want to get across to you is that the silver lining is there, and don't get too worried about what's going on because it will all fall into place. Mercury, of course, comes out of its retrograde phase this week, so that's great news as well. So it'll be direct on the 18th, and you need to give it that couple of days for it to settle down. So all in all, it's a very progressive week, a very interesting week over the next 2 weeks. So here's your astro advice. Don't worry about things that are not within your control. Do as much planning as you can. Even if you can't get things locked into place, you can get your options in mind. And just, there's more to come, so don't make any rash decisions or be pushed into urgent making an urgent type decision if you don't have to. And I always like to advise people to get a little, so you don't get caught off guard, to get a little phrase in your mind that's suitable to you, like, well, let me think about it for a few days, or okay, I've got other things going on at the moment, do you mind if I'll get back to you? Or my personal favorite, let me sleep on it. And really, I do believe that when you sleep on things, the next morning you wake up and the answer's there, or you've got some clarity. It's like, your mind works during the night. I'm sure that's what happens, and I'm sure we get some help from angels and spirits as well that just help us sort of make the right decisions for ourselves. So the more you can tune into your intuition and your instincts, then that's a great help as well. Okay, everybody, so from Yogi and I, lots of love to you, and have a great week. And it's certainly a very progressive time. And thank you for watching. Look forward to coming back and seeing you next week as well. Bye for now.